he's dropped Easter eggs about exchanges, so maybe we'll see something there. I don't know if he'll do a stable coin, something there. But I mean, look, it depends on how far he wants to go, because there are a lot of technological moving pieces to the crypto space. I mean, is he going to get into the Oracle space? Is he like, how far is he going to take it? You know what I mean? So I think, is he going to take it to an NFT marketplace? Like, how far is he going to go? I don't know. I think as long as he has financial incentive and a user base that's going to utilize what he creates, he'll probably create it. Probably. Now, he might just use Chainlink. That makes sense. Why create an Aura? I don't know. I don't know. But as far as the three that exist, I like Pulse the most, personally. That's of the three that we know about, Pulse is my favorite. And I think it's the one that's most slotted for success, in my opinion. Like, you already, like PulseX, look, I understand all the crazy buy and burn game theory, and that's all great. But if PulseChain fails, PulseX fails. If PulseChain fails, even Hex probably fails. The code works, but they're as far as like credibility is concerned, they're kind of tied together.
I think I'd go the other way on that. Actually, I'd say if Hex fails, PulseChain would fail. I'll go out on that limb.
I think you could probably change them out. I think you could probably, I kind of think if either one failed, they're kind of like propped up on each other, right? Because they both represent the same community and the same founder. And if one of the projects is not a success, then that's just going to bleed in probably to the other things. Yeah. So, and if everything succeeds, if all these projects are successful and the bull comes back and PulseX is kicking and Hex is kicking on PulseChain and everything's going good, well, then the price of Pulse is beautiful, because as more of all this happens, the native coin always goes up. So my bets, my personal bets on Pulse, that's my favorite.
Do you think it, or do you factor in your thinking, buying Ethereum, on day one or year one or whatever? Does the success mean adopting and getting all the projects, getting the cross-chain collaboration going on, or is it purely about the price performance? Like, how do you rationalize what successful means for an L1 like PulseChain?
I guess that is in the eye of the beholder, because success for somebody can mean, hey, I made 100x and I'm out. Hell yeah. That's all I came here for. For me, success is going to be, we have a vibrant, growing ecosystem on a layer one with a strong community. Of course, that equates to price performance. We all want to make money. Of course, I want my Pulse bags to do a 10,000x. You kidding me? Of course. But I'm not solely in it for the gains. The gains, in a lot of ways, are an ancillary benefit. So I want to see a vibrant chain, and I want to be able to say, like, going down, could you imagine if you found Ethereum in the ICO phase? If you were one of the original Ethereum bros, you'd be an absolute gangster. And it's like,
we have one. His name is Godwell, I do believe.
There you go. So it's like, how lucky are we to be involved in this thing, like pre-day one? And like, I'm here for this, I want to be a part of the story, and I want longevity and Pulse. Yes, I want to make money, and I will take some profits, of course. I have my own investment strategy, but I want PulseChain to be around. And to me, that would feel like true success, is some gains, some staying power.
5 years from now, what's the community look like? What are we doing? What's Richard working on? What are you working on?
5 years from now, the community has the opportunity to be a very, very strong and very vibrant force in the crypto space, but it's up to the community. We're starting to see this kind of difference of opinions between hardcore hexagons and hardcore PulseChain people. PulseChain cannot and will not succeed with Hex and Hex alone. If you think that is true, I am sorry I staunchly disagree. I'm open-minded. I'm open to be convinced otherwise, but I staunchly disagree that Hex or PulseChain is successful with Hex alone. So the community overall needs to adopt a sentiment of we are accepting people who are bringing utility, developers, economic energy, and diversity to our chain, right? We have to get out of the mindset of Hex is the only ERC20 for me. It can be for you. That's fine. But if you think that way and only that way, then you are thinking direct antithesis to PulseChain success. So if the community can think of a more, again, open, diverse ecosystem and acceptance and paving the way for not just us who are already here and believe in it, but other builders, other communities to come over and bring their project. As PulseChain people, we shouldn't care what your project is. We should say, hey, if your project's bringing users and volume, that's burning Pulse. If you're bringing volume, you're pumping up the Pulse price. We should just want users and volume. That's what we want. If we can adopt that mindset as a mentality, I see 5 years from now being a very, very beautiful time for all of us. Ethereum really popped at like 6 years. And, you know, we have a strong community, and the figurehead of the community has a strong voice in the crypto space. We're in a very, very good position. And the community, remember these words: don't hurt them, convert them. Every time you interact with somebody, don't hurt them, convert them. You're going to leave an impression on them. They're giving you the opportunity to sell. You're interacting with them. Other people are watching that interaction. You're selling them too. Don't hurt them, convert them. 5 years, beautiful time.